Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, back to do my 31 Days of Horror in October, day 15. Today we have Voices from Beyond, Lucio Fulci film. This film clocks in at around 91 minutes and is from the year 1991, which had me a bit confused because when you watch the film, well, let me put it to you this way. When I was watching it with my wife came in towards the end, and I said, "What year do you think this movie's from?" Now, she said the 80s. I myself said the 70s. I don't know why, it just kind of reminded me of a movie from the 70s. And when I looked it up, it said 1991, so we were both wrong. so, um, yeah, Voices from Beyond. I'm going to start out by saying that I love Italian cinema. I'm a big fan of Lucio Fulci, House by the Cemetery, The Beyond, um, Gates of Hell, or City of the Walking Dead. I actually have not heard a lot of great things about this film. I don't know if you guys have been watching my channel, but I actually picked this up about a month ago. No, actually about 2 months ago now, when my friend Nick, the last shoegazer, and I went on our gauntlet run. And I was really happy to find this. Like I said, I'm a big Fulci fan, and I wanted to watch this, but I saved it for my 31 days. Um, I gotta say, I was really surprised by this one. Like I said, for people who watch Italian films and are big fans of Lucio Fulci, they don't put this very high on their list. I actually really enjoyed this. Um, I'm pretty much the complete opposite on this one. Brief synopsis on the film: a, a father named Giorgio is was killed by a stomach hemorrhage, and the cast of characters, they're kind of trying to figure out what happened to him, whether it was natural causes, whether he was poisoned, or so on and so forth. But basically, the cast of characters are as follows: um, his father, who basically sits in a wheelchair and doesn't say anything; his stepmother, who is evil, to say the least; her son, who seems to be pretty much a mama's boy; his wife, who seemed to be happy that he was gone; his daughter, who seems to be the only one that the father actually loves; and the father's mistress. So there you have your cast of characters, and this is basically a whodunit. Not so much. There are horror elements to it. There's no doubt about that. Um, you know, horrific dream sequences, and of course, when he's rotting in his grave, he is basically asking for his daughter's help to find out who killed him. And that's basically your story right there. I thought this was a really good mystery. The acting is, it's decent. It's what you'd expect from an Italian film. But I really enjoyed this one. I wasn't expecting much, to be honest, because of what people said in the past about this film. This being one of his last films, I don't know. I was really impressed. A couple things about the film, of course. Lucio Fulci, of course, died on March the 13th of 1996. This kind of is, I don't know. People put it in the same class with Enigma, and Manhattan Baby is not one of his better films. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. It has a very odd end credit. Um, when the credits start to roll, there is a phrase that pops up that says, "This film is dedicated to my few real friends, in particular Clive Barker and Claudio Carrabba." I don't know exactly what that meant, or if that was a dig, or if he was having some personal problems at the time, but I thought that was a very odd way to end a film, especially one of his last films. So, not sure what the ulterior motives were there, but like I said, I really enjoyed this. I'm going to give this one 8 smashed pumpkins. Definitely, I mean, it's not City of the Walking Dead, it's not House by the Cemetery, it's not The Beyond, but it's a very good film in itself. It's not The Psychic either. Psychic was pretty good. But 8 smashed pumpkins, I think that's more than fair. Now for some of my other fellow YouTubers who are participating in the 31. We have You and Your Horror Movies, Last Venom 76, Jen's Reviews from the Grave, Lisa Loves, Dave Maggot, Rusting Willpower, Random Horror, TheHORROman, Horror Fan 34, Movie Review Time. We have Andrew's Crypt doing 31 days of recommendations, which is really cool. Retro Horror and Celluloid Terror, who are doing the 100 movie challenge. I'm having a hard enough time getting through 31, and I was feeling guilty for not doing the 100 movie challenge. So that's awesome. Bronco Juggalo, who's doing 31 random reviews, or 31 random videos. And finally, 3 from the Grave, featuring Lisa Loves, Movie Massacre, and Strange Monkey. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.